Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking all things dopamine reset, dopamine detox, because I have been trying to bring my dopamine receptors back to baseline and reset my baseline to be able to find a lot more joy in the mundane things and the things that I actually need to do in my life to better it and to get closer to achieving my goals. I'll be honest with you, I got kind of into a funk where I was spending all of my free time just chasing instant, cheap dopamine, and it was not healthy. And I was not spending any time intentionally. I was not doing things that usually bring me joy. My mind was I swear some of the things I was seeing and like the amount of scrolling I was doing was making me dumber in a sense and just numbing my brain to where I didn't have my own original thoughts. So I've been on a dopamine reset for the last couple of weeks, and I want to share all of the things that have helped me, a little bit about the journey, and give you ideas of things you can do to chase more expensive luxury dopamine, because that's what we are. We are expensive girls, and so we might as well be taking advantage of high quality luxury dopamine. That is literally me romanticizing doing low stimulating fun activities. First things first, I'm sure your choice of instant dopamine is a habit. It's like an automatic response for you now, and that's how it was for me. And my personal choice of instant dopamine was mainly just scrolling and short form content. Here's the thing, I don't have an issue with social media, I don't have an issue with short form content, but too much of anything is not good. And it definitely got to the point where that was consuming my life basically, and I was like, okay, if I want to live the life I want to live, and if I want to actually remember and make good memories and use this year intentionally, we need to fix this. So basically we need to break the habit of whatever is leading us to all of this instant cheap dopamine. That could be scrolling, a gaming addiction, binge eating, over checking your notifications, watching adult films, online shopping, gambling, those kinds of things, because it just gives you cheap instant dopamine. In Atomic Habits, James Clear says that in order to break a habit, we need to put inconvenience between us and the habit that we are trying to break. So I thought of a couple of different ideas to put inconvenience between you and the cheap dopamine behavior that you are wanting to get rid of. Since for me personally, my choice of cheap dopamine was scrolling and short form content, I locked down my social media instead of deleting the app fully, because that's not fully realistic. Because I will be honest with you, I do enjoy to go on and see what my friends are posting and support them, and also post my own things and like and comment and reply to comments and all of those things. So it wasn't fully realistic for me to just fully delete all of the apps together. That could be an option for you if you wanted to just delete it. I don't know if you've seen the brick ads on like Instagram and stuff where you tap your phone to the brick and it blocks all of your social media. I basically made my own like knockoff version of that just because I in the moment did not really want to spend $50 on the brick. Like the brick works really good, and if you want to just do it that way, that's a very good option. I did my own little DIY version of the brick. So I got NFC tags off Amazon, because you can get a whole roll for like $5 off Amazon. And I use this app called Focus to program the NFC. And so when I tap it, then it will block all of my apps that I choose. And then I also have to go in and unblock them. Like I have to physically tap my phone on the NFC tag to unblock all of the social media. And just that step right there, like that small inconvenience in between me and my social media, has helped so much, because every time I'm going in to tap it, I have to think, okay, is this actually worth it? Like, is this something I want to do? And a lot of times if I'm just getting on to scroll, I don't even feel like going into my room and tapping my NFC tag. But a few other ideas that I've been kind of researching and thinking about for other instant dopamine behaviors and habits, like if you are addicted to gaming, I was thinking you could store your gaming console in a different room from like your TV or whatever screen you have to hook it up to. So you have to literally hook it all up to get in and play. If you binge eat or crave sugar, which that's also another thing that I kind of have been dealing with a bit, leave junk food out of your house or put it into a really inconvenient place in your house to get. So when you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna go get that, and then you're like, do I really want to have to climb up on my whole cabinet and get to the very top shelf to get this thing? And then you'll be like, oh, probably not. That's something I've heard a lot of people say has worked really well. I personally haven't been trying it just because I've been doing other things like drinking a lot of water before I snack, and taking some breaths and journaling and trying to figure out what gives me the urge to binge. Because for me personally, I think binge eating is more of an internal thing and not just completely out of boredom. It's out of like feeling loss of control and feeling anxious and stressed about certain situations. that got a little bit vulnerable, but anyway, ignore my dogs. Every time I sit down to film, they decide that's their time to start wrestling. If you're constantly over checking your notifications and your brain is literally convincing you that you heard your phone go off when it probably didn't, you can put your phone on D&D or set it up to only allow the essential notifications so you're still not missing calls and important messages, but it's not like all of your notifications. That's very, very helpful. And if you're addicted to adult films, you can use website blockers, you can leave your phone outside of the bedroom and bathroom. And then lastly, if you are addicted to online shopping or gambling, you can delete your saved credit cards or debit cards on your phone, so you have to manually input everything before you buy stuff. I feel like that would work if you also put your cards in an inconvenient place, or maybe you leave it in your car or something, because then you still have to go all the way out there and get your card. Anyways, those are just a few ideas of things to help you put inconvenience between you and the habit that you're trying to break. Another thing I do when I feel the urge to get cheap instant dopamine and I feel like that urge, then I will just take a couple breaths, feel it in my body, notice where I'm feeling it, and then I ask myself, okay, what happened in the last couple hours or just now happened that is causing me to feel this way? Because sometimes it might be discomfort, you're trying to avoid a feeling, you are bored, like there's so many different reasons that you can be chasing your instant dopamine habit. So just asking yourself and then kind of being aware of the triggers has been so helpful. And I'll also say the further you get into your dopamine reset, the more you are in tune with your emotions and your body, and you'll start to notice triggers way faster than you typically would. For me, okay, this is a little bit vulnerable, so it's making me a little nervy, but I personally can fall into depression pretty easily. And I don't typically catch the triggers right away. I catch it when I'm already kind of there and I'm like, wow, okay, I've kind of fallen into a hole. What can we do about this? But since doing this dopamine reset and getting my receptors back down and I'm more in touch with my body, I noticed there was this specific day where something happened that honestly I've been kind of freaked out about, because I'm like, I don't know how to deal with this. I've never dealt with a situation like this before, and it was just very just stressful. And I started to binge. I binged so hard that night. I was a bottomless pit. And then I come home from dinner and I felt so sick. Like, oh my gosh, I ate way too much. Like, it was insane. And so then I realized, I was like, okay, this is because of this thing that happened today. And if I'm not careful, I think that's typically the cycle that I go in, is I will have a situation come up that I feel like I have no control over and I don't know how to navigate because it freaks me out and like it's so uncommon. It's uncommon territory, and then I'll start binging and then I completely let myself go for a few weeks, and then a few weeks later I realized, wow, like I have not been taking care of my body. I have not been walking. I have not been going to the gym. I have not, like, I don't care about my goals anymore. I don't feel any motivation. I just feel sad. I'm sleeping all the time, all the things. And then I start to try and figure out how to get out of it. But I realized, I was like, wow, okay, if I don't take control of this right now, I'm going to fall into that. So I was pretty proud of myself and just so thankful that I was able to be in tune with my emotions enough to realize, wow, okay, what can we do to address this right away instead of waiting until I get all the way into depression? I don't know why I was sharing all of that, because it's a little bit vulnerable, but I hope that it kind of helps you and I hope you relate to that. Well, I hope you don't relate to that, because it's actually such a hard thing to navigate, especially when you are typically a happy person and people are just like, have you ever tried to be happy? And you're like, anyways, back to the dopamine reset. I have to cut in here really quick because I was just editing this video and I realized I didn't share the most important tip out of all of them, and that is to have no screen time first thing in the morning. I go about 2 to 3 hours in the morning without having screen time. Like, I don't even touch my phone at all because I don't use it for an alarm clock. But yeah, having no screen time in the morning has helped me be more focused and more grounded throughout the day. I'm able to just stay on track, do what I need to do, because I realize when I get on my phone first thing in the morning, I chase that instant dopamine all day. I'm not able to focus. I don't feel motivation. I just feel like everything gets kind of messed up when I spend too much time on my phone in the mornings. I've also been making a list of all of the activities that you can do that are not so stimulating, that can give you expensive luxury dopamine that is slowly releasing and is so good for you. So my favorite is like journaling, walking without headphones. That's such a good one. I do this even when I am addicted to social media, learning to sew, crochet, knit, drawing, coloring. I'm gonna put a whole list on the screen because there's so many and I'm probably forgetting some of them. But there's so many good ways to get enjoyment out of your life, like watching a sunset. Go plan a day to specifically watch the sunset or watch the sunrise, or you can organize a drawer in your closet or clean something. And if you have a big tub, please use it and take bubble baths, because that is my literal dream. I just have like a standard size tub with like the shower, and it is my dream to have a big tub and take nice baths, because it's so nice. I dream about it all the time. And then also, I don't think there's an issue with rewarding yourself for doing good behaviors and for sticking to your dopamine reset. So you can drink some yummy electrolyte water, because that's like a fun little sweet drink, or you can make like healthy sweet treats that are like low cal, that fit in your macros and stuff, because that's a really fun one. I also saw this girl on TikTok say that she saves foam rolling her back for the very last thing that she does after her workout as a reward, and I was like, that is genius. So I've been doing that, and it's actually so fun because that's what I look forward to as I'm going into the gym now. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get a good pop today. Or you can buy yourself a good book. Another fun little reward is checking off your habit tracker each day. Just keep track of how long you've been doing your habits and be like, yeah, I'm at 76 days or whatever. And I also feel like the biggest reward from this is making deeper connections, because when you are forced to be present and be around other people and communicate with other people, I feel like you meet so many cool people, and then you are able to connect deeper with the people in your life, and that's so beautiful. I feel like that's what life is about. That's all I have today. I hope that you found this video useful and valuable. Definitely let me know if you're gonna do a dopamine reset, and also let me know what your favorite non-stimulating activity is, as well as your reward, or honestly an inconvenience to put in between you and the habit that you want to break, because I'd love to know and learn what other people are doing and get ideas. It's so fun. So let me know what you thought, and I will see you next Monday. I love you. Bye.